Now today we have advantage of technology, digital. And look at the digital revolution that happened in the country in the last few years. And through that digital, we are the most digitalized country in the world. Our per capita mobile data consumption is the maximum in the world. Till about 2012, our per capita mobile data consumption used to be 2 GB. 2 GB a month. And our share to the global data production, mobile data production was also about 2%. Today we are over 22%. And our individual average Indian data consumption per month is over 20 gigabyte, 20 GB. It is also because the reach has been extended far and wide to touch every citizen, and the cost of the data has been reduced to 1/25. The data that per GB it used to cost, if it cost 1 rupees earlier, today it costs 4 paise. So it becomes easily for the people to have access. And that is how we could reach out to over 500 million households and opening the bank account. The transfer, the benefit going directly to the people, to the beneficiary, without any middleman, without anyone to take away the cut or the share. So the houses were built by the homeless themselves because the money for building the house came to their account directly. All these are happening with the involvement of the people, with the mass participation, treating the country as a family. And the result is that today, from the margin, our country, India, is at the center stage of the world. Today, the world looks at India with expectation to find solution to the global problems. Global problems, be it climate crisis, be it war, be it pandemic, be it poverty alleviation. In all these fields, we are doing incredible work. Country is achieving new and new heights with the unleashing talents of our young men and women, with our countrymen and women. Half the population, women folk, what is called, Prime Minister calls Nari Shakti. All these years we kept talking about women empowerment, so many schemes were launched. But what happened, what the change? Because with all these, in our country we had a shameful distinction of, for every 1,000 men, there were less than 950 women. Not that the women were not being born. There were cases of female feticide. And even after the female child is born, lack of health care, lack of nutrition. And even the mothers, the suffering. Absence, if we didn't have, we all talked about education for all. We put it even in the constitution, that it is a fundamental right. But then how does our daughters get access to education if we do not have toilets in these schools, female toilets in these schools? So in absence of that, we kept making laws, we kept making noises, but the fact is our people could not get the benefit as they should have got. Our mothers, when you do not have a toilet in the house, who is the worst sufferer? It is our mothers and daughters, those who stay in the house. And when it comes to the kitchen, when you burn coal and wood as a fuel to cook food, who suffers? It is our mothers and sisters. Now, all these transformations that are happening is because you feel, or if you start feeling the pain, if you start realizing in yourself you will start reimagining, you will start getting new and new ideas how to address the problem. And if we are solving these problems, which earlier used to be, India is such a large country, how can we do? We have this much resources, we can only build so many medical colleges, we can only build so many houses. If today the number of medical colleges in the last 8 years have doubled in the country, which happened in the last of almost about 7 decades. How did it happen? How did it happen today that everyone has access to mobile, everyone has access to all those basic amenities? And there are few who are yet to get, they will get shortly because things are moving in a very planned, systematic manner. All these years we kept talking about even remove the social discrimination. We have made perhaps the largest noise about social justice. But it pains me when I read a newspaper report that the human faces have been put in the water tank of Dalits and Dalit colony. When a Dalit Panchayat president comes and tells me, not allowed, and we are not allowed to hoist the national flag. It is the vice president who does it, not we. When the meetings of panchayats are held, it is the vice president who sits in the chair and Dalit president sits in the corner. What kind of social programs that we have to remove the social discrimination? Very often on we hear the newspaper reports, we get that people have been abused because of their social status. And when it comes to crime against deprived and the downtrodden, a story is abysmal. I was going through the data of the crime against the downtrodden, against the Dalits, and the response of the criminal justice system. And I was shocked that in offenses of rape against Dalit women, only 7% rapists get convicted, 93% people walk away. The problem is, so long we keep talking only noise about Garibi Hatao, remove poverty, so long only keep making noise about social justice, it will continue, it has remained. It has to be addressed with a sense of responsibility, sense of feeling. Sense of feeling that they are our brothers and sisters. And it must go. Any kind of discrimination must go. Then if the intentions are noble, if the intentions are for my selfish interest, then it becomes a slogan. Then it can be a constituency. The problem will persist. As the problem of poverty persisted almost all these decades after independence, because we kept making slogan of Garibi Hatao, remove the poverty. Similarly, if the problem of social discrimination will continue unless we move away from making it just a slogan, move away from the regressive politics of division and feel for them. India is a family. It is a kudumbam. And that is why when it comes to healthcare, Ayushman Bharat does not make a distinction between whether the person is here in Kanyakumari or in Kashmir or Kutch or Kohima. A person from Tirunelveli or Tripura, a poor person, has a coverage of Ayushman Bharat. The 5 lakhs rupees health insurance is accessible to all. There is no political consideration, there is no other consideration. The feeling is the poor, whether the person is of Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari or Tripura or Kashmir, they are a member of our family. They must have access to health care. So Ayushman Bharat touches everyone. No one is left out. When it comes to home for the homeless, there is no distinction. Earlier times we used to hear a statement being made by the leaders that good politics is good economics. That if you help me, if you help my party, I will help you. That's not the way to look at the country. We cannot. This country is a great country. It has a great potential. Until 18th century, we were the leader in every field in the world. Read the reports and it tells you until 18th century, India was the largest economy of the world. But in the last over 250 years, the decline that has happened through colonization and post-colonial perverse way of looking at the country and its people, perverse politics, that our problem continued. We remained at the margin, nobody took us seriously. We remained divided in terms of race, religion, in terms of language, in terms of ethnicity, and what not. Because if you keep looking at differences, we are all large number, several hundred people sitting in this hall. No one is alike. No two persons are alike. But are we really different? If you keep looking at differences, then the differences multiply. At the time when India became independent and for the first time the list of castes and tribes were made out and brought in the constitution. And today the number have doubled up. Today we have almost double the number of castes than the caste that we had in 1951. We have doubled the number of tribes than the tribes we had. From where all new castes and new tribes are coming up? Because we kept looking at the differences. You are this caste, you are that tribe. And then the caste became subcaste and subcaste and subcaste. This multiplication has started happening and it is destroying our society. It has destroyed, it has weakened us. No, we cannot afford to look at ourselves in terms of, in the eyes of division. We are all members of a family. We are all like leaves of a tree. Each leaf is different from the other. No two leaves are alike, but they are all part of, organically and integrally part of the tree. Irrespective of race, religion, language, or region, we are all members of a family. With this sense, our country is moving forward, and moving forward with a sense of destiny, with a sense of confidence. And this confidence is reflecting in the way the international community is also looking at us. The sense of destiny is, in the next 25 years, we have to be a fully developed country. Fully developed. Now this goal, this destiny which has to be achieved, is possible only with the participation of our people. And it is happening. Our young men and women are doing incredible things. If until 2014 we had less than 500 as startup and today we have over 100,000, it is because over 100,000 young men and women have chosen to do something new. If today we are leader in the startup, we are leader in the technology sector, we are among the top. It is happening because energy, the latent energy, the potential of our people are unleashing. Today, our young men and women are aspirational. And they have access through the digital devices. They have access to information. They have access to what is happening elsewhere. They can no longer be fooled today by the slogans. They want change. And if the change is not brought, they will bring the change themselves. And our nation is moving forward with a total participation, involvement, and total realization that aspirations and the dreams of our youth must be fulfilled. We have to get involved. We have to forsake the regressive politics of division, trying to divide the society in various terms, various segments. No. The days are gone. it has already, its self-life is over. Today, we have to be inclusive. We have to move forward as if one family. And I'm sure, I have no doubt about it, I have full trust in our young men and women. Their capacity to take India in the next 25 years, by the time when we celebrate the centenary of our independence, India will be the leader of the world. We have that confidence in the capacity of people. And in this journey, while the heroes of today, those who have been conveyed a modest thank you, I'm sure while they will continue playing their role, KG Foundation and its institution will also continue flourishing, would continue expanding and touching and transforming the lives of millions and millions of people. My friends, thank you all very much. I wish this institution all the very best. Thank you.